with 5G. The C-Band spectrum of 5G has been rolled out. There were some initial delays from airlines and airports about possible interference with this new
Ah,
mid-range
right.
band,
Mm-hmm.
that they were asking, these phone companies to, stop, don't move
Oh,
forward. It was a whole
right.
big thing. But Apple and Verizon, they did delay when they initially wanted to release them. But then they were like, you know what, forget this. We're going to roll out our changes. And I think it was Verizon who said, you've known that this was coming for a few years. You should
Mm-hmm.
have done your due diligence
Mm-hmm.
to be on the same wavelength, and we aren't going to stop what we're doing. And so Verizon, they turned on the switch for their full network.
Mm-hmm.
AT&T, on the other hand, they had a limited rollout where they only expanded this out to 8 metro areas, including Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Chicago, Detroit, Jacksonville, Orlando, and South Florida. Surprised Atlanta's not in there, but
Nope.
who knows? But yeah, so it's one of those things where they said, hey, we've been working on this and we aren't going to wait any longer for your, I won't say negligence, but your lack of preparation. What's the saying? Your lack of preparation
Poor
is not an
planning on your
emergency.
part. Yeah,
Yes,
poor planning on your part does not create an emergency on mine.
emergency for me. Right. And I
Right.
think that's what Verizon said. And they were like, look, you're going to get this and, you're going to deal. So for they're saying that there don't seem to be any huge interferences. And they've tried to limit as much as they can in the airport areas, but they were like, look, we spent all this money purchasing this bandwidth, and working on this, so
And not
we're going
only
to get out
that,
there.
they from what I've heard is these carriers subsidized a lot of these 5G phones so they could roll out 5G coverage, because who wants to roll, why would they roll out 5G coverage and there's no phones to get it? So they
Right.
subsidized a lot of the phones so they could, have the reason to roll it out. So they've got a bunch of different phones: iPhone 13, iPad Pros, Google Pixel 6s, Samsung Galaxy S21s. And the reason why this is so 5G is so this band of 5G, you can get 400 to 500 megabits per second down just on a cellular connection. That
That's
500 megabits,
insane.
that's about on average what I get with full
And that,
broadband wired to a computer. I pay for the gig, but you never get
you never
exactly what
get
you
the
pay
full,
for
no.
because capitalism,
Right.
right? But just being on a cell phone, you could get just as fast, if not faster, broadband coverage being wired in a home, which would be a benefit to a lot of families who possibly don't have broadband jacked into their house, but they've got a cell phone, to they get hotspot to a computer and still feel like they are connected and not hindered because they don't have that capability that other people just take for granted.
Yeah, and it definitely plays into the internet accessibility. You have, all of these small towns across the country who don't have broadband access, but if they have one of these devices and they are either on Verizon or AT&T, again, they have the accessibility and it creates, a better situation for everyone involved. So yeah, they was like, nope, we're not waiting no more. Nope. Nope, nope, nope.